Hi, my name's Donna Higuera, and I write both middle grade chapter books and novels, but I also write picture books. Some of my middle grade novels are humorous, like Lupe Wong Won't Dance, but I also write sci-fi and dystopian novels like The Last Quintista and the second in the series Alabrijes. I also write picture books like El Cuycuy is Scared Too, which El Cuycuy is kind of like the Mexican boogeyman, and The Yellow Handkerchief, which is more of a story about my life. But the great thing I love is that all of my books, whether they're picture books or middle grade, are all also in Spanish, which ties me to this topic because it's really important that I have found that there are kids who can access my books both in Spanish and English and see themselves and feel like their stories matter as well. And one instance I guess I can point to is with El Cuycuy. There was a boy who was Latino, and he was, at the end of my talk, I think he was maybe first or second grade, and he's like, I have an El Cuycuy. And one of his classmates who was not Latino came up and goes, I want an El Cuycuy too. And I was like, uh-oh, I don't know if you want an El Cuycuy. They're a little scary. But those kinds of things matters because these two kids from very different experiences found something that they agreed upon and could both understand with one another. One other instance, I would say that this one was maybe a little more powerful for me as a writer. I was in Berlin at the International Book Festival, and it was really intimidating. There was huge lecture halls with 2,000 kids, and they're all middle schoolers, so that's intimidating enough. But I was speaking, and at certain points it was very interactive there. It wasn't just me talking. It's a different way of learning. And they were asking the students to get up and share their stories. And there was one boy far in the back. I couldn't even make out his details, but he got up and he said that his mother was French and his father was Syrian, and that they had argued over who had the scarier boogeyman, and he had these two battling cultures, and much like I did, kind of this code switching thing. And I just thought, what a great moment. And then afterwards, I'm in the signing line, and this woman comes up who turns out to be his teacher. And she says to me, can I tell you something? And I said, yeah, sure, take your time. And she said, I was the teacher of the boy in the back who stood up and shared his story about his parents. And I said, oh, thank you for, bringing him. And she said, she goes, it kind of surprised us. And I said, yeah, I did notice all his classmates were kind of looking at him when he got up. And she said, he never talks. He doesn't speak in class. And it was just this moment that as a writer, you feel really emotional because he wanted to share his story. And something about this story about a Mexican boogeyman made him feel, I'm going to get up in front of this room with thousands of people and I'm going to share my story too. My story wasn't his story, but it triggered something in him where he really wanted to share part of himself. And I hope that opened him up with his classmates and vice versa, that now they can interact more and he won't be so nervous to share his stories. And so that's the power of these books. And a lot of times we don't even know it until we get to see it in real life.